Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. Now, in this video today, we are going to be going over how to become the best defensive MyTEAM player in NBA 2K MyTEAM. Now, the reason I didn't say 2K21 MyTEAM specifically is because here's the problem, guys. We got NBA 2K21 current gen, we got NBA 2K21 next gen. Most of what I say stands for both current gen and next gen. Now, this is going to be mostly on current gen because that's where I'm more comfortable. Maybe later on in the year, once I get more comfortable on next gen in the specific rotations, we can go over each and every one of those ones as well. But what I'm going to be talking about today, guys, is something that everybody should watch. I mean, you guys should need to know this stuff. And the reason I say that is because if you want to become that next level, kind of like, you know, to take that next step, because a lot of people are good at the game, but to take the next step, this video should help out with that. Now, as most of you guys know, I pride myself on the defensive end, and so I know for the most part what I'm doing on the defensive end. And the biggest thing that I can stress to you guys is to take what I say and you gotta practice it yourself. I can't take over the controller for you guys, but if you guys listen to what I say in this video, this will definitely help you guys have success in the long run. There is no doubt about it. But the one thing I will say is, guys, I've practiced so much. Like, as much as I play the game, it's kind of like a habit type thing for me now, as I don't even have to think about my rotations and stuff like that. But the good thing that I have here is I'm gonna slow things down for you, break each and everything, every rotation I make down for you guys, whether we're pressing, whether it's just half court man, those types of things in this video today. But before we dive into it, if you are new to my channel and have not yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button, as we upload MyTEAM content every single day, and I truly do appreciate each and every one of you guys. So the first step, obviously, on the defensive side of things is getting our defensive settings right. Now, remember, this is on current gen specifically, but a lot of the same principles apply on next gen. Like when I play next gen, a lot of the settings are the same. My rotations are a little bit different on next gen, and I might drop a video later on in the year specific to next gen, but you obviously want to get your matchups right. The big thing is defensive settings. Now, I know there's been a lot going on kind of throughout the year with what are your specific defensive settings, and I'll show you guys what mine exactly were for the 250K tournament. So on ball pressure, I do smother. Off ball pressure, I do tight. On ball screen, I did go over. And then force direction, I didn't touch. On ball screen for both, just the on ball screen, and then the on ball screen for the center. Both of those are go over. Now, hedge. This is where things get interesting. If you're playing a guy that runs a lot of screens, you might want to do hard hedge. But for most people, I do catch hedge. Like if I load into the average unlimited game, I'll do catch hedge, but versus a guy like Splash Edition, who I played in 250, I did hard hedge. So that just kind of varies, depends on who you play. If you're noticing, you know, you're giving up a lot of threes, you might want to switch that to hard hedge. Then screen help rules and drive help rules, I do no help. Now, the biggest thing here, make sure your adaptive coaching engine is off. That's kind of the biggest suggestion I can give to anybody playing the game. Once that is off, you're in good shape. And then the last but not least, I go in here to the coaching sliders and turn my help defense all the way down, because last thing you want is your help defense kind of selling you. So one last look at our settings here. My auto help is all the way off. If I help, and it's just automatically for me and kind of my rotations, and that's exactly how I want it to be. This first play I'm going to be breaking down is from the full court press. So as a lot of you guys know, a lot of what I do defensively revolves around the full court press. Now, most of this video is not going to be in my full court press. We're going to be talking about a bunch of different stuff in the half court specifically. But if you guys do like to press, there's a lot of things that goes on within my full court press. There's a ton of things. There's a ton of looks I can show, whether it's bringing the guy guarding the inbounder up, whether it's bringing the opposite side up, and we're going to break down all of that. But this first one is just the most basic thing kind of to notice with the press. A lot of times when people inbound the ball, they hate going against the press, so they call it pick and roll. So I'm going to kind of talk you guys through what I see here in this specific video. So here's Jonathan Isaac. You guys can see Draymond is in every single lane right now. If he throws it to Jonathan Isaac, it's a steal. If he throws it to Nick Anderson, it's a steal right here. So he calls his Jonathan Isaac up to set a screen. And right now, guys, I'm fine. I'm in good position. If he slips the screen, Draymond is still in a good position. Now, as you guys can see, I know right now his Chris Paul is going to the middle. And you guys know how aggressive I play. Even in the half court pick and roll, you're going to see the same thing. I fly up here with Draymond Green. And right now I'm in position, right? Is if he keeps going middle, it's going to be a bump steal. It is. If I'm going to beat him to this spot as it is. So unless he throws it to Jonathan Isaac right now, it is going to be a steal. As you guys can see, Draymond is sitting on that right there. And we get an easy lay-in for 2 points. I'm going to run it back full speed for you guys so you guys can kind of see. Easy, kind of simple. I see him going left, get that bump steal, get in the lane, and then that's an easy 2 points. Now, that might not seem like a big deal, but as you guys can see, his whole team, if you have Heart Crusher, becomes cold from that. And that's just a big swing, especially in a close and competitive game. If somebody about has takeover, you get that. That's just a huge, massive swing. It happened against Splash a couple of times. I got turnovers like that, and that just kind of swung the game. The next look you're going to see is when people get tired of running screens versus me, they just try to beat this press one-on-one, and that's fine. Like right there, we can go back, watch that thing again, guys. You guys can watch it with me. He really has nowhere to go with the ball. Yes, I mean, here, even if he throws it to Jonathan Isaac, Draymond has a chance to get a steal. And then after, this is a lot of times what I do, I'll send 2 guys to the ball. Literally, Draymond could have easily got a steal here if you guys can look where Chris Paul is dribbling right now. But then immediately I switch to Clyde Drexler. So I send bodies and then immediately rotate. Because if he throws it to Jonathan Isaac right now, which a lot of people would have, it would have been an easy steal and we're going the other way. He's patient with it, made the right read, and then got the easy slam. But that's just something to kind of look for. If they don't call for a screen, you can still play super aggressive. Here we're going to get another look of that would just happen again. No screen, I'm still playing super aggressive. Throwing Cat out the play, really. And I should have got a steal. I should have got a steal right there. We can rewind it and watch that over again. But again, I'm not going for a bump steal with Cat. That's just not me. I'm just showing bodies, so he gets panicked. He's panicking that I'm going to get a bump steal. Throws a scary. Ultimately, it didn't come to me, but I was in a good position to get a steal once again right here. We can watch it back, and it's just simple. I throw Cat really out the play, and I don't throw Cat 2 out of the play. Like, Cat's still in position after that rotation to get back in the play. It's just all about making that read, thinking 2 steps ahead when my opponent's only thinking that 1 step ahead. Now, we've gone over 2 of the looks I show, right, with being aggressive with the center, the Andrew Wiggins. Now, the opposite side to it is if I get aggressive with the opposite guard. So in this situation, Clyde Drexler. So after I've shown that I'm going to be aggressive with Andrew Wiggins a couple of times, or whoever's guarding the inbounder, I'll rotate from this opposite side. So here, Clyde Drexler. Now, again, I'm not going for a bump steal with Clyde Drexler here. I'm just showing an extra body. What this does is it makes him panic a little bit. Because right now, he thinks this Nick Anderson is going to be wide open. That's what he thinks. Right? That's what he thinks. And right now, guys, he's probably throwing it to Nick Anderson. Like, objectively, the majority of the people right now would be throwing it to Nick Anderson. And if he does, I have a chance to get a steal with Draymond. I'm in there with Draymond. And then as you guys can see, my Clyde's not completely out of the play. Although he has a 3-on-2, where is he going to throw the ball? He only really has 1 pass, and that's to Jonathan Isaac right now. He throws that pass to Jonathan Isaac. And even here, guys, a mid-range jumper. Am I going to lose to everybody shooting a mid-range jumper in this type of situation? Absolutely not. He can have that mid-range jumper all day long. He panics, guys. Thinks I'm going to contest, throws a lob, and that's just an easy steal. Now, I'm going to put you guys on something a little bit here. Anytime that the point guard and shooting guard are super close to each other, and he inbounds it. So, like right now, you guys can see, the point guard is pretty close to the shooting guard. Watch what happens here. Just watch what happens. Because he inbounds the ball to the point guard, I already have something in mind. I already know what I'm going to do, guys, because I see how close they are together. I notice how close they are, and I notice that if he throws it to the shooting guard right now, my Cat can get the steal. So here's what happens. I get Trapper activated right there. And you guys might be like, how do you get that? So really what happens is you just run it, his Chris Paul, which would be with Clyde Drexler. You hold L2 or L1, and once they get that Trapper activated, I rotate off. Immediately, you guys can see they're in a Trapper animation. You guys see where I rotated. I rotated to Andrew Wiggins back there, because if he throws it to Nick Anderson right there, I want to be able to get the steal. And once they're in this animation, guys, they throw the ball to the moon. Watch this, guys, watch this. He's in a Trapper. Very, very good position. I feel like he has absolutely nowhere to throw the ball. Absolutely nowhere. Look at where he chucks the ball, guys. Look at the ball. It's off the screen right now. And I'm telling you guys, this happens very often with this. It's super hard to get a steal off of, but at the same time, he's got nothing going. Look at this. Travels all the way down court. Yes, it's a completed pass, but it just takes him out of his rhythm. It's just another look to throw. Again, immediate double team. He's rattled. Just chucks it. Yes, he gets blessed that it goes through. But again, that's not something that's going to beat me. We'll watch it back again. I see the point guard and shooting guard are close. I throw my Clyde right at him and get the Trapper activated. And he throws it down court. Now, sometimes I do get steals out of those. Not very often. But it's just showing that different look. That's the best thing I can say. So I've shown you 3 or 4 different looks out of my press. And I got one last thing for you guys. So this last thing is if people get super tired of playing against your press, this is my main way to beat the press, is I'll inbound it here, I'll run to the right and try dotting Nick Anderson. Now, if I play conservative in my press, which a lot of times I do, I'm guarding against that. So my Draymond, I'm not worried about getting a steal here, just playing super conservative, saying you're not throwing it to Nick Anderson. But sometimes people really will throw it anyway. There I didn't get this steal, but it was enough, right? It was just enough, guys. You guys can see he's tired of going against my press. And this is a little easy read, but a lot of times you can be kind of dramatic with it. You can bait that pass because a lot of people love that pass and throw it very, very consistently. So that's the last thing in my press. That's probably the most often read is I just sit back with whoever is guarding the inbounder, play that cross-court pass, and really make them work the ball up the court. So you guys might be wondering, Ty, what does your defense look like if you don't press? Well, here's my thing. At the start of the year, I rarely ever press. And so even though I rarely press, I don't do extend pressure in the settings, but I manually guard his point guard with my point guard and work him up the court. I go for bump steals because ultimately I know even if I miss a bump steal here, I can make the next rotation. So that's my thing. Even when he gets the ball up the court, it's never going to be easy. You guys can see next possession here. I'm not in a press, anything like that. There I missed my bump steal. But again, it's just me providing that extra little bit of pressure, trying to ultimately make him uncomfortable. Because once you get your opponent into kind of an uncomfortable position, you've already won the game. So after I apply pressure, and if I can't get bump steals, if we get in our set half-court pick-and-roll defense, this is what you're going to see the majority of the time. A lot of people run 5 out. We'll get to that later on in the video. But if you come up against a guy running strictly pick and rolls, there's a lot of different things you can show. Now, with that being said, I always step high with my center. Now, last year was easy because they had to basically use the screen and go middle. This year, they can hit the screen and go the other way. So you got to be a little bit cautious when using your center to hedge the screen, that they don't hit the screen and then go to the baseline side, because that makes it a little more difficult. But in all of these examples, he does use the screen and go middle, which makes it not super easy on me, but easy enough, right? I hedge the screen here, and I can always rotate off of it. But here's just a basic look of what I try to do against screens, right? I try to get a few bump steals. Depending on who you play, you can be super aggressive or not quite as aggressive. I'm going to miss some bump steals here and there. And if I miss a bump steal like that, it's going to put me in a very tough position. But that's just kind of a brief idea of kind of my approach to guarding the pick and roll. And so this is the next possession here for you guys. You guys can see my center is still in the same position. Here's a little bit better. I didn't step up as high, but still Cat gets a bump. Who's guarding the roll, man? You guys might ask. He'll have an easy roll if that happens. Now, last year, I would say I rotated from the solo side more than the strong side. So like Russell Westbrook would be my primary rotator. But this year, I've started to kind of shy away from that. I've started to rotate from the strong side more. And the reason is you got two guys over there. That way you can make up for one another. So here, Draymond Green rotates to the roller. And then I got to play the 2-with-1 with Andrew Wiggins. But he obviously throws it to Sean Kemp right there. And we're headed the other way. So this possession is kind of a perfect example of me getting a bump steal, right? Stepping high, getting a bump steal, because a lot of people love to use the screen. In this situation, I know where he's going, wants to go middle, like almost nearly everybody you play is going to want to. When I play the game, the majority of the time, I want to get to the middle with my pick and roll. So here, I know that, Cat, you might be like, why are you throwing yourself out the play? Because a lot of people will try to take this wide route. Because a lot of people don't step up on the screens like me. So a lot of people, they're used to this soft hedge, this and that. They're not used to people stepping up like Cat did right there. They're obviously a steal leading to a transition 3 for Russell Westbrook. So you guys are going to see nearly on every one of these, I do step up with my center. If they slip it and take the 2, if they can get a 2 off of it, great. But you guys can see Draymond's there again. He's got to hit Jonathan Isaac early, because after Jonathan Isaac sets the screen, it's over with. Right now, if he throws it to the corner, I'm getting back. If he throws it to Jonathan Isaac, it's a steal. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation, especially knowing Draymond Green is coming back as well. He throws it to Jonathan Isaac. I miss my steal. But, I mean, the possession's basically over at that point. So we've kind of gone over what I do on the pick and roll as far as hard hedging. Now, we've seen a couple of my rotations that rotated from the hash down to cover the roll last time. Again, we're going to see another strong side rotation. So I can rotate with either Clyde or Wiggins here. Again, it's just all about mixing it up. Here, obviously, I step high with Draymond. Draymond gets in position to get a bump. At this point, if he keeps dribbling, Draymond Green is going to get a steal. Now, this time I rotate with Andrew Wiggins on the roll guy, and then I'm knowing already in my mind that Clyde's going to have to play the 2-with-1. See there, I rotate to guard the picker, to guard the roll man with Jonathan Isaac. And like I said, Clyde's in position right now to play this 2-with-1. If he throws it to Jarrett Wallace, it should be a steal. Look at this, man. Should be a steal. goes right by my arm, but nonetheless rattles him. He takes a heavy. Just a very good defensive possession right there. Here's kind of another look at it. This one I don't think is as good of a look, but still, I step high with Draymond. I know I got two guys over there. Rotate to the paint with Cat. Just kind of bait the Dino pass. At this point, guys, he already knows who he's going to throw the ball to. He has his mind made up. He gets caught in the animation. That's why he threw it a little bit late. But still, same kind of rotation. You drop from the hash to the corner, and then Clyde gets that easy steal. So let's say you've tried guarding the pick and roll just with the hedge guy, right? You just hard hedge. You haven't had very much success. He's hit the roll guy. Your rotations have been late. What do? Or let's say he's coming off the screen, going the other way, going opposite, and just killing you. How do you stop this? Well, that's when you got to get other bodies involved to stop the pick and roll. So whether it's rotating Clyde up, rotating Draymond up, you really got to bring 3 defenders to guard the 2 guys in the pick and roll. Now that obviously doesn't sound ideal, but sometimes it's what you just have to do. In this situation, guys, you guys can see my Draymond Green is already coming over. Now I know in the back of my mind what's already going to happen on the backside. I know Clyde's going to have to play 2-with-1, and I'm really fine with this. So Draymond comes over, have to play the 2-with-1 with Clyde. There I don't get the steal, but again, just a good defensive possession. Make him kind of rethink his decision and make him reset the offense. Again, another good example, Draymond comes up, and again, right away, I'm not staying on Draymond. The one thing is you don't stay. Immediately once you get Draymond up there, he sees Draymond, you immediately rotate off. Clyde comes over, we get the easy steal. The best thing about it is every time you get an easy steal, you get a Showtime dunk, and there's the team takeover. And so here's the thing, offensively, he might be thinking 1 step ahead right now, but as a defensive player, you always have to think those 2 steps ahead. So you guys know what rotation I just made. I rotated up with Clyde, made the rotation up with Wiggins to the hash, and obviously got the steal. Here's the situation, guys. He throws it to the hash. I'm probably maybe gonna get there, maybe too late. His Matisse rotated down a little bit, so maybe I would have been able to get there. But I know already I know where he's gonna be throwing it. I've showed my body. He's already thinking that next pass to the corner. He's already thinking it, right? I don't have to gamble and rotate up when I can play 2-with-1 here. I know Clyde's coming back to guard Matisse. There, he has a wide open shot, but like I said, he's already been pressing X too many times. Makes the extra pass to the corner, and that's just an easy steal going the other way. Like I said, always think 2 steps ahead. So we've been talking about the hash rotating up quite a bit. Now this rotation is one that I've utilized a lot more this year than last year. And I've noticed a lot of success with this rotation as well. It's rotating the bottom left side corner. So rotating all the way across the court with Wiggs and then playing that 2-with-1. Now one thing I will say with this rotation is you don't want to bring Wiggins too high. So here, obviously I want to get 3 guys involved in the pick and roll. I bring Wiggins up. So at this point, he's seeing bodies. And he's like, okay, I got a dot to my Wiggins, right? Your Wiggins is rotating up my Wiggins. It's a dot. And it would be if I did not switch to Clyde, but I'm switching to Clyde, and it's just too easy, man. It's just too easy. Once you get into your opponent's head, it's just too easy. You just got to outthink your opponent and always think those 2 steps ahead. Here, there's not much that happens on this possession. I watch this back, not much that happens, but you guys can see. Rotate from the hash. A lot of guys still cut from that hash down. Here, he cuts. No matter where he throws it on the left side, it's going to be a steal. So you guys can see I'm literally have a triple team on his pick and roll, and if he throws it anywhere, it's a steal. So that's just kind of what you're looking for as far as defense. If he throws it anywhere right now, it's a steal. And so for him, he's rattled. He has 7 seconds on the shot clock, and he's rattled because he really has nowhere to go with the ball. So we covered basically all of my thought process behind the pick and roll offense in the half court. Now, the second most popular offense that you're going to see is a 5-out offense. Now, this one for me is the toughest to stop. But once you do stop it once, I feel like I can string together multiple stops because it's so kind of repetitive, so consistent. There's no really randomness to it. So the one thing I would say I like to do with this is pinch, okay? And when I say that, what I try to do is I try it, for example, right here. You've got to force Steve Francis one direction. So to do that, you got to on ball, off ball both. So you switch to Russell Westbrook to on ball for a little bit and then off ball a little bit. So for example, right here, I don't know exactly what I do on this possession, but I could switch to Russell Westbrook, take away the sideline, force him middle to Cat, and then just pinch from Cat. It obviously throws it with Dino. Then my next pinch is with Draymond. So here's a prime example with what I mean as far as on balling and off balling. He's in 5-out. I'm on Russell Westbrook. I'm forcing him to this right side. Now, immediately I'm going to switch to Clyde Drexler. Watch. I almost switch to Clyde. Again, I sit on that left side, sit on that left hip, force him right. So really what you're trying to do is shrink the floor a little bit. That's what you're trying to do. Because if you give him the whole court, it's it's going to be ugly because then you can't determine where you pinch from. Where with him, if he goes left, Westbrook's sitting on him. If he goes right, I can pinch with Clyde Drexler. Now, even if he has a guy with Hall of Fame range, I can still pinch and be able to get back there. So obviously here, you're showing two bodies. And if he throws it, let's say he had a Hall of Fame range MJ over there, I'm still going to be able to get there. So that's the big thing, guys, is just trying to sit on one direction. Again, I get on Russ, make sure he doesn't go left, force him to Clyde Drexler, and it's boxed. It's literally boxed, whether he has this Ruby Wiggins or, you know, Galaxy Opal MJ out here. As long as you force him to one direction and have a pinch from that side, it's going to be very difficult on your opponent. Here's another example, guys. You guys see kind of me pinching off the hash, and that's really the only way to defend 5 out is pinch. I'm not reaching, I'm not getting out of position, pinch and get back. That's the one thing I would say. Here, I was late. I tried switching to Clyde Drexler, was late. If I switched to Clyde Drexler 1 second earlier, that's a bump steal, and that's kind of the way you're going to beat 5 out. So if you get a couple bump steals, that's all it's going to take. Obviously, he kicks it out there, but again, I'm trying to just keep pinching and then getting back. Pretty good defense all the way around that possession. As you guys can see, as he moved around the perimeter, you just keep pinching and then rotating. Now, we'll see what happens this possession. Another 5 out situation. Again, I on-ball a decent amount in 5 out. Here, I took away the right side. I've been taking away the left side quite a bit. I took away the right side here. Immediately, I'm going to switch to Draymond. I almost guarantee it. Switch to Draymond, yep. And I'm in good position right now. Yes, he might think he has an opening, but look at Draymond. It closes pretty quickly. And obviously right there, if he has a great shooter, he's going to be able to kind of, you know, knock down that shot. But I got Wiggins coming up here for the next bump. I don't know why they switched the screen there, or they switched from corner to hash there, but not terrible. Again, you're just always going for that extra bump. He threw a good lob there. Just credit to my opponent. Ultimately, guys, defense is as difficult as you make it. Really is the best way I can describe it. If you want to go back to 2K18, 2K17, be like, oh man, why are you guys off balling? Everybody should just on ball. Then on ball, guys. If you have fun on balling, then do your thing. I have more fun, and it takes a lot more skill to play great off ball. Thinking 2 steps ahead of your opponent is so fun, it's so rewarding, and honestly, it's perfecting your craft. That's the best way I can phrase it. Now, hopefully my video can help you guys just get off to the right start as far as making these simple rotations. Now, the best piece of advice that I can personally give to you guys is knowing your icons. If you can know your icons and not have to hesitate on your next rotation, this and that is going to help you guys out quite a bit. I promise you, it definitely will. So, for example, you know, if you know each and every one of your icons, you throw yourself out to play, you don't have to think, okay, who's in my corner? What icon is he? You can automatically swing from that corner and not have to take that extra second to think. But the more you get used to playing this type of defense, the better off you're going to be. I just broke down a couple and a few of my rotations in the full court press type of setting, in the half court type of setting, and I hope this can help each and every one of you guys. I really do hope you guys enjoy this video and kind of take it and utilize it, because I'm known for defense kind of in the community, and hopefully my rotations and stuff can help you guys take the next step, because honestly, I want to see this community as a whole grow. I want to see a lot of you guys having fun playing defense as well, kind of utilizing my rotations and doing your own thing with them. If you guys got your own rotations and are having success with them, kind of your own defense, do your thing. Hopefully these can add to what you guys already do, because I know you guys are very, very talented as well. So that's kind of part of it as well. But guys, drop a like on the video, comment your thoughts, guys. Do you guys like kind of these types of videos and me breaking down my defensive rotations for you guys? Will you guys like to see one on offense and getting into the specifics on the offensive side of the ball? And would you guys like to see this on next gen? Let's say, you know, a couple months down the road, once I play a little more next gen and get comfortable, would you guys like to see another one? Let me know that down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.